Love always protects. Say it with me. Love always protects. It always, and it always perseveres. Now, God inspires Paul to use the word 4 times, and the word is always. And when we use the word always, we're most always wrong. But God is saying always, it always protects, always trusts, always hopes, it always perseveres. And so if you believe that, wouldn't you say, well, sounds like love is a little blind, really? I mean, what if there's evidence to the contrary? Doesn't this sound a little codependent to you? A little enabling, that it's always going to protect, always going to trust, it's always going to believe? I mean, really? Love always does that? It couldn't possibly mean always, right? Well, God uses it 4 times, and he uses it for these things. And I want you to think about it, because it's a big issue that you're going to struggle with, that it always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. God says that. Protects, it means that you cover over. That's what protection is. You cover over a weakness or a failure. Now, that does not mean that you endure abuse or you deal, that you endure somebody that's addicted, in these extreme areas. But it says that in life, generally, with a person, what you're doing is you're covering their weaknesses. It's you always trust. It doesn't mean that you're naive, but it means that you always believe the best. You hope, and always hopes. And hope does not mean you believe or you're hoping in the person, but that you're hoping that there is a God who can truly change the heart of a person. That's why it always hopes. You can't look at somebody and always hope that they're going to change, but you can hope that God can create that change. Now, for us, we're always looking for, some instant change in the people that we love, in our spouses or our friends. We want to find a little room we can put them in, and they just go through a miraculous change. Like the farmer who never came off the farm, and his son got to go to college. And so for the first time he ever went to a city, he was in a hotel, and he saw this little room with doors that opened and closed. It was an elevator, but he'd never seen one before. He saw this old lady walk up to the elevator, walk in, doors closed. 2 minutes later, they open, and a beautiful young woman walks out. He turns to his son, and he says, "Son, go get your mom," all right? Now, whether we want to admit it or not, that's what all of us want. We want a little room where we can just go in there and change, all right? But it doesn't happen. But we can always hope, because there's a God who can change and bring change in people's life. And it always perseveres.